wish to participate and be a part of my live, you can be a guest on my live. I will send you the link. Um, Drop me a chat, or you can coordinate with me. You can find me on Facebook, Adam Shai Lucky, or you can find me on TikTok, whichever medium you choose. Make sure you reach out to me with a topic saying, I'd like to be a guest on your live, and I will send you a link and I will let you know what time we are going live. So, anyway, if you just stumbled upon my video this morning, welcome. This is my living room with Summer. I just woke up, and what am I sitting on? A toy. So, this is my life. I just woke up, and Summer has set me up for her toys, and but my goal is to get more work done today. So at the time of recording, I have just released yesterday the last video, a picnic with my family. So if you haven't checked it out, check out that video. It's a beautiful 1 hour long video with my mom and dad and Summer. We were checking out. Yes, what were we checking out, Summer? We were enjoying the summer days in Chicago, which was a beautiful trapeze show. So the Chicago Trapeze um, Club, I don't know what you call it, association. They were organizing a free um, trapeze show at the park. And if anyone wants to be a trapeze artist, you can check them out. I'm not at all endorsed or sponsored by them, but I just thought they were really cool, and I just saw a flyer and I checked them out. Anyway, if you want to check out the picnic, go to my YouTube channel. If you're obviously here, this is on the live section. Go to the video section. It was released yesterday, and it's a beautiful 4K, 1 hour long video. You can use it to study, to work, do whatever it is that you want. It'll probably inspire you to work on your own journey. And if you just want to visit Chicago and see what the neighborhoods are like, mostly when you think of Chicago or the cities, you people tend to show the uh, what you call it, the um, city, the downtown area. But I mostly live in the neighborhoods. I love neighborhood activities. I love neighborhood community stuff. So if you like doing neighborhood events, you've come to the right channel. Hopefully, I can share more if I have more people to participate on things that I want to do. So right now, let me see if this is working because I want to make sure everyone can hear me. Give me just about a few minutes. So I am real time working. So if you're a student, if you're just working from home, you don't have anyone to work with, come join me. You can work with me. You're like, hey, I'm really demotivated. I don't have anyone who wants to work with me. I'm the only one working from home, or I don't have a friend. I used to work in an office. I want that environment again. I welcome you to be a guest in my YouTube, and we can work together. You can do your thing. You can, we can coordinate. So let me know if you're someone who wants to work, and you just want to work with someone who's on the same level who works from home. I can send you a guest link. What or if you're someone who's inspired to work from home and you don't know how it is like, you can join me for a day and see how my day is like, and or you can check out my videos. But this is especially this video is going to be for work from home folks who juggle a lot of things during the day. So most of my stuff was done yesterday. I did the dishes. I cooked late at night. Everything's set up for the day. So today I just get to focus on what I need to do till like noon, and then at like 1 o'clock I'll pray because it's Jumai's Friday. It's a prayer day. So even on a Friday, I still work. So there is no off day for me. I'm a little bit. I have a little bit of a sniffle. What did you? Oh, this is the tissue. So I have a little bit of a sniffle, but even if I'm sick, I'm not sick, but even if I'm awfully sick, that's when I don't work. But otherwise, I do what at least I sweep the house, or at least I can't. You can't have me sit. You can't have me sit and just do nothing. I will do something. Because and my whole idea is, how do we channel that energy? If you have that kind of energy, you can't just sit still. Because the moment I sit still and do nothing, even if I don't record, you might be wondering, why do I have 300 videos? My 300 videos is what made me who I am today, what got me there. When I started this channel, I didn't have this laptop. When I started this channel, I didn't have Summer. I had Lucky. Lucky passed away. So this journey of this channel is my life pretty much. So whatever happens to it, whether it goes up, down, viewers come, go, subscribers stay, leave, my channel is gonna continue. So this is pretty much my life. So that's our lives. For many of us, our lives will have good days, bad days, but when tough days come, that's when we need to have some focus, discipline. So this since this summer, since Summer's turned a year, now she's 17 months. Um, I am slowly stepping up to where I was before pre-pandemic, and before I was depressed. Yes, if you're just learning to know, I uh, I I have been depressed, and I am. This is my journey of finding my way back to where I was before depression and becoming, a better human because of what I learned through depression. Depressions come in our life. At least for me, it came in my life to teach me that that I could be something better. It comes to teach a lesson. That's how I learn things. Anything that comes in my life. Okay, good. So right now we don't have anyone to chat with, so I'm just gonna keep going with my day. Work from home. What does that entail to me? To me, that entails checking in with people that are online who support my work, checking in to see if they're doing well. Putting a post out there once in a few days sometimes. If I'm busy, once in a week, and seeing who's liking them. If someone's not liking them, I go to their page and I check in on them to see, maybe they're busy, maybe they have something going on in their lives. Um, but if you're a supporter, a friend of mine, I am hoping that you will make a note to come in and at least comment how you're doing. At least comment, even if you don't watch the full video, I'm hoping that you will remember me and come and say, hey Adam, I haven't checked in a while. How are you? I'm doing well. Even if you write that comment on my YouTube videos, even if it's a video on the city or a video on bathing Summer, that to me lets me know that you care about me. You know, I honestly, genuinely remember almost I could say most people that has commented on my channel. I can remember them and everything that they have said. So I care about you. The reason why I have made this my life is because I care about you. I took a big leap of faith, a sacrifice when I started this channel. And however it continues to grow, stop taking all my tissues, son. Take your toy. We have tons and tons of toys. So this morning you might be wondering why. So these are the tons of toys that Summer has to pick. She doesn't want to play with any of these most of the time. She just want to mess around with my tissues. Um, so what do you want to play with? A squeak? Okay, we'll give you a squeak. Oh, okay, I'm just gonna. So we want to have it organized. I don't want to throw away all her toys in out because the idea is focused. Okay, with social media, with the internet, the way that things are going, there's things from everywhere that invite you. There's one website or one, let's say Amazon is inviting me to be an affiliate. Okay, fine, I signed up, whatever. All right, but I can't be pleasing everyone, and I'm not on Amazon all the time. That's the honest truth. And I don't spend tons of money. I don't have that kind of money to be spending on Amazon. So I can't focus on Amazon. The most important thing for me, like I said, if you haven't watched my video on my Adam Shai channel, is what values I stand for, is growth, is family, and monetization. To me, I don't really care because it'll be there today, it won't be there tomorrow, but we just want enough to sustain ourselves. For me, if I have enough to sustain myself, today's a Friday, I say Alhamdulillah, right? Because no point of me growing if there's no people that want to grow with me or support me. So my whole idea is to bring the people I love together and bring new people into our lives. That way, we're always having community. That's one thing I didn't grow up with, community. So, my YouTube channel, my social media is my community, because we all need community and we all need to build a community that works for us, that supports us. Sometimes when we go out in the outside world, people say hurtful things to us. People don't believe in our value systems, and then we need to build something to our value system. So for me, people who know what I value, the things I do, like dogs, right? If someone doesn't like dogs, there's no point of them coming to my channel because my dog is my channel is filled with my dog. So if someone doesn't like family, there's no point of coming to my channel because my family is in my channel. So these are the values that I hold on to, good or bad, right? Yes, exactly. I don't know why people wouldn't like a dog, but um, things like that, right? So there are some channels you would go to, all they talk about is finance 24/7, finance, finance, finance. Good for them. That makes them happy. But I cannot talk about finance 24/7. I will puke because that's that's not the importance that I give to finance, right? For me, finance is when I go to the store, I want to buy something, I know I have enough to buy that thing, and if I can't afford that thing, I can always find a substitute to that thing, right? Like for instance, this headphones, right? I'm wearing a wired headphones. Why? I could buy a wireless one, but I grew up in a time where, you know, this was a luxury, right? So for me, buying this today, and this was affordable for me, and for me it's easy for me to find a plugged in thing than having to set it up on Bluetooth. Sometimes when I go out of range, it's not connecting, and then when I have two devices, it's connecting to the other device. Too many complications sometimes. For me, I like to simplify with technology. So for me, the most practical simple thing doesn't require a lot of money. That's how I live my life, and for me that's how I got to where I am today, is with very little minimal resources, you can live a full life, and that's what I wanna spread uh, with my channel. And wherever you see me, if you see me, I'm like this, right? So, and no matter where you are in your life, if you have money, good. If you don't have money, good. Because either way, what matters is how you build your life. It's totally up to you. With what knowledge you have, is you build your life. Even if you had money, you don't know how to streamline, how to share your knowledge, how to tell people how you got there. No one's gonna watch. No one's gonna care, right? So important thing is to be a support for people. Very important. When you're supportive of people, they are gonna be there. And if someone asks you a question, you can give your genuine answer, without thinking, oh, I'm on live, I need to think about it, I need to email you later. No, like I'm on live right now, you can ask me anything. If it's within my power and I know the answer, or I can guide you, I will give you the answer. Because I am, I'm very blessed. I'm Summer's dad, and I'm Lucky's dad as well. I see my dogs as my children. So the best advice that I can give you as a father, I will give you. If I tell you something is bad, trust that it's bad, right? I trusted the Quran when I started my journey, as a child, right? Because that's something that came upon, yes, 1400 what so years ago. So when I say, when the Quran, when Allah says something is good, something is bad, something is don't do it, something is not, you know, you need to understand why, because there's history behind it, right? There's his, yeah, you're right. So today I'm trying to teach that to my doggy friends and whoever it is that's watching. So whatever knowledge I have, it's derived from my faith, from my culture, from the place that I grew up in, from my tradition, right? So when I'm in America, I'm working, I'm casual. But to get to actual place of working, right? To get to actual place of working, you have to be dressed up. When I started going to flight school, when I was becoming a pilot, I wasn't dressed in t-shirt and going to fly. No, I was dressed in a shirt. I was wearing a, a pant. I was wearing appropriate clothes and going rain or shine. I took an umbrella. I got, back then we didn't have Uber, so we had to wait for a van. We had to coordinate. If you need the link to join my live, I can give you the link to join my live. Um, so why am I dressed up? Very simple. This is a simple dress. Okay, this is a simple stuff. Is because your appearance, the way you present yourself, affects you mentally. If you want to work from home and if you're depressed, you're like, I tried everything. I can't do. I can't get the energy to work from home. Well, you can start with brushing your teeth, putting on something that you have in your closet. You don't have to go out of your way to buy it, but wear something that makes you feel like you're in an official environment. Okay, because that's one thing I see lacking in today's society. Like earlier this week, I went to an official environment where, you know, normal. I'm very used to it. When I go to an official place like an office or something, I wear a shirt and I wear, I don't wear a suit, but I wear a shirt at least. I wear a shirt, I wear pants, and I press them. That means I iron them, and then I go. Because that whole day of prepping to go there preps your energy, preps your body to be in that mindset. To speak to people, when you go to an office, you don't talk to them, hey, bro, hey, this. First of all, I don't call anyone bro. If you come to my channel and if you comment, hey, bro, hi, Machang, you will not hear mostly a reply from me because I don't talk like that. That is not the environment I grew in, with at least with the people that I came across in my life. There were times me and my friends after school, after studies, when we hung out when I was younger, a teenager. Some of them would be like, Machang, that's fine. But in an official setting, there's a different way to speak. There in your house, there's a different way to speak. With your dog, there's a different way to speak. These are human etiquettes, right? You don't talk to everyone like a rowdy. You don't talk to everyone uh, like a street lang. There should be basic understanding. So a lot of young people today, I think, miss out on that because there was no structure when they were growing up. They didn't know who is sir, who is madam. To this week I went to. Uh, like I said, in an official setting, I call this person who's much elderly than me, and obviously female identifying. So I call her ma'am, and I think she appreciated that. Simple things like that, right? We need to respect the elderly. We need to address them properly. That that says we live in a civilized society, right? Um, because I saw another person over there going to the same setting, and I was very surprised because when I was young, I never saw, when I was 18, 19, I never saw anyone in an official setting sitting there with a t shirt and a cap backwards going to meet an official. That is disrespecting the person you're going to meet, right? Because the person you're going to meet, even if they're an official person, they're sitting there, they took their time of the day to meet you. Whether whatever result they give you, you want to make sure you go as your best self. You don't want to go there with attitude. You don't want to go there with like, I don't care, this is in my right, I need to get this, I'm just going to show up, this is my. No, That means you haven't been raised well by your family. I'm sorry to say. That just tells me that either something is broken, either in your education system or your family, or somebody failed to tell you that, hey, this is not how you show up to an official meeting. This is not how you show up to an official place. And I see some people, even on I seen like Zoom interviews and stuff. It's an official thing, okay? Not like therapy, like an official Zoom meeting. People show up to their interview person and make fun of the interview person. Why? Because the interview person is there to help you, to get you through the next step in your life. Imagine you have one shot to go to an interview, all right? And then you go there, the interview person is taking time, and for them, they just want to pass you and send you off to the next stage. And you think this is a joke. You sit there and you mock them, you ask ridiculous question just because you can record it, put it on YouTube, and then you'll get likes and comments. That's, first of all, it's discrediting the other person who actually was serious and wanted to give you either a job or position or bring you to the next stage, or assess you, right? To disvalid, discredit such people, I think is it's a shame for humanity where we're going next, right? So that's why I figured more and more YouTube is great, but it's becoming too casual to the point uh, people are posting things that are a mockery of our society. We have come so many years out of evolution to wear a shirt. Back in the day, they didn't have it. We were all leaves. We can't go back there. We can't go back to the chimpanzee state, right? So even if summer is here, yes, we can't go to the chimpanzee state because that is not a higher. That's not a higher place of evolution, right? If you look at the evolution, we had all these neanderthals and stuff. We came a long way to be human, and after becoming human, we came a long way to find clothing. We are the only creatures that adorn ourselves with different clothings, with different attires. We are the only creatures that can neatly make something look presentable. What a blessing is that, right? To be born, alhamdulillah, to be born human is a blessing because we can take care of animals, we can decide what happens next to them. So if you're born human today, and if you have not done anything, I invite you to at least wear something beautiful and look at yourself in the camera and look at how much of a value you can bring to society, right? So, because I want to tell you a story. When I was younger, when I was about 8, 9, I went to a small charity school because that's where I learned how to read and write. It was called Good Shepherd. It was run by a group of sisters and non-profit folks. All right, this was back in Asia, and this school is no longer there. But I want to tell you, I was kind of like Summer when I went to the school. I haven't seen friends my age in my young people, because I grew up my parents and I was mostly at home. We couldn't find a school because of financial reasons. So finally, we found a non-profit school that would take me in, and who that we can afford to pay the fees, and I was so happy. So I was like, oh my God, I'm going to school. I'm going to meet friends my age, right? So I was like lucky, very excited. So once I got to school, I could study and everything, but I couldn't contain my energy because I wasn't surrounded by kids my age growing up. I didn't have the opportunity to grow with my cousins, my community Sri Lanka, because of the whole situation, chaotic situation in Sri Lanka. So when I went to this school, I was, you know, the teachers were there and they found me to be mischievous, not mischievous, like naughty, right? That means I was paying attention to class, but I had too much energy. I was a bright student, so most of the times these mischievous or naughty students, they are very bright. It means they're high in energy, but they don't know. Someone needs to contain them, or someone needs to channel them. It's like you're a high, you have a high flowing river, right? It's like a big, massive energy, like the Niagara Falls, but it needs to be channeled properly to the river, right? So I had lots of energy. I was doing well in class, and in a way, it's like 8, 9, 10, no, around 10. Okay, it got to my brain that I am a smart kid, and I was also like the class clown. Yes, because I didn't know how to be like I guess for me, I love the center of attention. You can say so. That's why I'm on YouTube too, right? But I can't deny that I'm looking at, I'm talking to all of you, but it's a good thing, right? I wanted the center of attention, but I got it by being funny, by being a class clown. And then my teachers, I think, very brilliant. That's why I'm very, very grateful. I remember this was Miss Miranda, her name was, and she was a strict teacher. All right, I didn't understand that, and there was also another teacher. I think they saw the potential in me, and they knew that I was just goofing around in class because I could study. I could have, you could give me the test. I would pay attention in class. I don't have to study for the exam. I would just go write the exam. I'll pass it, and I don't look at the score. Normally, I'd get either first, second, or third place because that's how little I studied. Because I paid when I studied in when the teacher teaches. I just listened. I told you guys in the other video, listening is very important. Teacher is teaching something, right? So, so I was a class clown. I was a class clown 8, 10, and then my teacher saw, okay, this kid is has potential, but hasn't been channeled properly. So what they did was, in school in America, I don't know if you have it, you have something called a prefect. A prefect means someone like a monitor, right? So every school, every class, every year they pick one or two people, whoever the teachers nominate, to become a prefect. Prefect means pretty much like school not security, but someone who monitors over other students. So the teachers nominated me to become the next prefect. And I was like, why did I get nominated to become a prefect? Because I'm like the complete opposite of a prefect. I was the class clown. I was, studying, but I didn't really care about, I actually made fun of the prefects because I thought, oh, you guys are like so serious and taking care of everyone, and monitoring things, and we're here having a good time. But the teachers knew better. They said, no, you're becoming a prefect. We've signed you off. You're going to wear this. So once you become a prefect, you don't wear the regular uniform. You wear a light blue shirt, and then you wear a tie, all right? And you look like a little bit like an authority because you're still a student. You go through the same thing, you sit with the same students, but in class you're a prefect, in school you're a prefect. So you go to every prefect meetings. You go they You're pretty much like the class, not the monitor is a different person. You're pretty much like uh, closer to the teachers. You have to listen to their meetings. You have to understand what the school regulations are. You have to abide by them. You have to not just abide by them, you got to make sure other kids abide by them. So I was signed up for to become a prefect. And then once I signed up to become a prefect, I learned what it means to be disciplined, what it means to have responsibility to look over another person, another friend who is a student. And that made me a better person. That made me a more responsible person because now I was no longer the class clown. Now, if I played in class, I'd get into trouble. And also, my friends who are students in class will also fail, and that will be a shame to the entire school. So I had a responsibility. So I was in the presence of other prefects. We They carry a different energy, and there's the head prefect, I remember the head prefect was a girl. She was a female, very contained, graceful, but she was stern. So we all, regardless of our gender, we had to listen to her, and she would guide us. She said, "No, you today you do this, today you guide this," and we do those until the end of my schooling period in that school because they had to close the school because of economic reasons. I'm very grateful. I became a prefect in that school because they changed a class clown into a, a proper human, and channeled my energy. And sometimes, if you find yourself, many of you, I know after the pandemic, parents are struggling. I don't know how most parents are raising children today because the moment they are born, they get a phone and laptop in their hands. I didn't have the privilege of that, and I'm very grateful I didn't have that. I'm grateful I had the boredom time to figure out creativity, to figure out what to do, right? Fix a puzzle, do something, break, if something was broken, I wanted to fix it. Today, everything people Google. Back then, we didn't Google nothing. We had to, you know, trial and error, failure and success. So, if, what did I learn from being a prefect is if you are someone who is struggling with channeling your energy, you have tried everything, you're like, I know I'm smart, but I'm just not with the right people or right crowd or whatever, I invite you to dress professionally. Okay? To dress professionally. It can be casual. You don't have to go all the way wear a tie. I'm not going to wear a tie at home. So I'm casual office. All right? There's casual office, there's professional office, all that, right? But I'm telling you, the reason I wore a tie and I had to press my shirt, I had to iron, I had to make sure we were presentable when we went to school, even our shoes. When we went to school, my monetary value was, my daughter is the opposite of you. What does that mean, Irshad? Like in a good way? Like, please explain while I type message. Okay, I'll let Irshad. Opposite as in, I hope she's disciplined, and I hope she's, I know you're raising her, and I think you said she's like 2 or 3. If she's this is a good time to stimulate her mind with books, with puzzles. All right, don't just give the phone, laptop. Don't. I know it's easy work for parents to just throw a laptop, phone, but we are humans. We these developmental years. If you talk to someone who works with children, they will tell you they need stimulation, outside stimulation. Make sure you walk your baby, go out for a walk, go to at least the zoo, go to at least the mall. Even if you're just going to the market to buy um, fruits and vegetables, take your daughter along because that will teach her life skills. Because when you talk to the market person in Sri Lanka, you have to bargain, right? Or you have to look at the price. You're teaching your daughter, see, this carrot is this much per gram. This is this much per gram. So we have 10, let's say you have 1,000 rupees. And then you teach her maths there. She's learning from her mom that I have, okay, mom, we have 1,000 rupees, and he's saying 500 grams. I'm just saying, for instance, 500 grams of carrots are, so 500. Okay, I don't know if that's the price, but I'm just making this up to give you an example. 500 grams of carrots are 500 rupees. Faraz has 1,000 rupees with the daughter. They go to the store, and before you pay, you ask your daughter, "Hey, see, at least even if she can't speak, this is 500 rupees, okay, Baba?" And then I have 1,000 rupees. I am giving 1,000. How much do I get back? The balance is 500, right? So that is earlier. You can teach your child that. The way I learned mostly things, people skills, life skill is by going around with my mom and dad. Very grateful from a young age because my school, like I said, economic reasons, the country, world situation, which is different. Students like me, because I was from Sri Lanka, we weren't allowed to go in public schools, international schools in Malaysia because it was so expensive and there were, so many regulations. So I had to go to non-profit school. So I had all this time in my developmental years. So what did I do? I followed my parents. Wherever they went to the shop, I followed. They went to the mall, I followed. I learned. But children are very, very smart. I'll tell you, children's animals, very smart. They know things that we can't pick up. All right. They learn by observing you. You talk bad language, they will, they will learn from you. You talk good language, they will learn from you. You play the Quran, they will learn from you, because at this age, at age of small age, they are looking for so much to learn, because their brains can take it. Their brains are very, at that age it's growing, so they want like a sponge. Teach me, teach me, teach me. They're high on energy. They want to be stimulated, so make sure you stimulate with good stuff. Okay, if you just leave your YouTube running random playlist, Jahannam your children will be. I'm telling you. You know the word. No? Today is Friday. I'm telling you. I hope for Allah's sake, no child goes that way. But do not leave your child unattended with some random playlist. Okay, with some random friends. Make sure you know who their friends are until they grow, until they're at least teenager, late 18. You need to know what group they're hanging out with. Not to be like nosy, but you need to know. You need to know. That's why even any app will ask you, are you at the age of 18? Because minors are protected. In America, minors are protected, but in Sri Lanka, I hope minors are also protected as well. But moms and dads do a good job in Sri Lanka in being behind their mom and children, not just for academia. If you push your child to study, 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 and not give them friends, your child will go on a burnout. Your child will lose the motivation to study. You must give your child friends. Okay? I'm telling you, the tiger moms, giraffe dads, or lion dads, you can't, your child is not a machine. Your child needs, they have mom, dad, they need friends, they need community, they need people that they can share their time with, who are in their own age group. All right, they need to challenge people of their own age group. When I was in school, when I was very happy when I had children of my age, because we spoke a different language, because we looked at the world differently, we joked differently. Those jokes you can't make with your mom and dad, because those are children's, they are just like, oh, look at the sky, look at the rainbow, things like that, right? So don't cover your child that they don't have any friends. That'll affect your child mentally, that they will never be able to socialize. All right, make sure, after pandemic, I know everybody went in, make sure you teach your child and have friends. All right, have friends. Not, when I mean friends, friends, not cousins, not relatives, because sometimes in Sri Lanka they say, oh, you have friends, you have your cousins. Cousins are not friends. Cousins are cousins. All right, cousins, relatives are relatives. Even if they come from the same age group, cousins are not friends. Friend means someone from not your blood. They come from a different family, maybe from a different faith. All right? Make sure you socialize your child with friends of different faith, of different religion. That's how your child will survive in the future. Because when your child grows up and goes to work in the first office or first setting, whatever job they get, suddenly cousins are not there from the same culture, from the same religion. Suddenly you have someone from a different faith, different country, different nationality. Your child, if they are not exposed to such friends, they will either shut down and think, oh, I'm not going to talk to that, because he's not from my religion, he's not from my faith, I don't agree with their ideologies. Or they're going to be like, how do I do this? I don't know, I've never done this, this is so uncomfortable. All right, very important. That's why children need good friends and good stimulation from good people on their age. All right, don't cover your children, because don't say you must study, and don't put your parental uh, pressure on children. A lot of children, even Irshad, you like a lot of children, especially who grew up in 80s, 90s, 70s, even early 2000, they carry the weight of Sri Lanka on their head. All right, they carry the weight of their country. You know, I'm very sympathetic when I see um, Even a lot of talented young men and women who are on YouTube or social media, they are saying Sri Lanka, I will I'll bring up Sri Lanka's economy, I will bring up. And when I look at them, they can barely make their ends meet, and they have taken the weight of the country, the world, and everything upon themselves. That's too much on one person. We need to, at one age, at one age, I realize my hairline is receding. At one age, your hair will drop. At one age, your hands will start to ache, your back will start to ache, because you have been doing and serving everyone in society. At that point, you will learn how to contain and do what's only necessary for your immediate surrounding, for your immediate uh, family, for your immediate well being. So many of you have this vision that is very noble, that you want to be big and you want to help everyone. But at some point, you have to come back to reality and understand, this is how much I can do, this is how much I can serve, this is how much my body is willing to do. Because look at your body as a bull, okay? How much load are you going to put on this bull? How much load? At the end of the day, this bull belongs to Allah, belongs to nature, whatever your faith is. Right? For me, I'm a, I belong to nature, I belong to Allah. So I'm just small, very, very tiny. Isn't it egoistic for me to carry the world's pressure, the news pressure, the neighbor's pressure, the auntie's pressure, the wedding pressure, the cooking pressure, the all that on my head? No, it's a stupid thing that I'm doing. It's illogical. That's why great masters knew this, all right, on every faith, right? Even that's why I do meditation, right? That's why I do meditation, because it taught me I had to go outside of my faith. In Islam, there is meditation, but it's not widely spread. Where do I learn meditation? From Sri Lanka. Widely, you go to any pansala, you can meditate. You ask any Buddhist friend, they will teach you all about what you don't have to Google. When I was young, I didn't learn from Google what is meditation. I asked my friends who are Buddhists, and they told me everything about it, and they were happy to tell me about it. That made me build my skill, communication skill with my friend. We became good. I got to share about my faith. We know our differences, what keeps us alive. And my friend gave me a valuable tool that I can utilize, right? Even if I'm of a different faith, now I know how to contain my energy. Now I know how to, if something arises within my mind, I know how to contain it back. Yes. So what I'm telling you is, Faraz, your mom has been blessed in a time where you guys were grown. You had the exposure of friends of different faith. I don't know if your daughter will have that, because the rise of technology, great, but friends online are only friends online, right? Friends, when you see someone in person, when you interact with them, that energy is, the vibration is so much more higher, so much more blessed, right? This is great. We are communicating. I know you exist, but once you meet in person, it's a different level of energy, all right? It's a different level of energy. So I hope for your daughter and or anybody who's young, who's working, because you have no choice, you're working on the laptop, computer a lot. I hope you go out of your comfort zone a little bit, build that relationship outside, all right? Make that trip, take that bus, take that Uber, take that three-wheeler, go find your friend. Even if you're ghosted, that's okay, right? I've been ghosted by my friends sometimes, and then they have a valid reason. But set up now, you guys can coordinate, right? You can share location. Why not meet each other? Why? Because somewhere in your mind you have told yourself and believe the false idea that they don't like me. I don't, we don't match. Of course you don't match, you're two different people. You will match at certain things, you won't match at certain things. But that's why We are made in different forms, we are made in different shapes, we are made in different, you know, ideas. Even the Quran says, so you can meet and mingle. Allah says, you have been made in different tribes of people. I don't know which surah, but I remember this clearly because I can remember. You know, my memory goes back. Have made you in different tribes, in different forms, so you may meet each other and get to know each other. Very simple. And you know, we have to do that. That's part of our faith. If you're praying, that is also part of your faith, to get to know someone from a different faith, to get to know someone from a different culture. Do that. Okay, I hope there's a lot for you guys to learn, but if anything, learn that you can overcome them, you can overcome, and it's step by step. All right, it's step by step. Oh, thank you, Mark. How are you today? I think you're in Australia, right? Hi, Mark. I hope your channel is growing as well, Mark. I know you're doing a lot of good work, so keep up with your channel. I hope we can look back years from now and reflect how us as individuals from different countries have grown. Right? I did this thing. Now that you're on, I have been, before I was a subscriber, I was a viewer of YouTube for many years, all right, for many years. And I went back from time to time. I go back to these channels, these what I call legacy channels, older channels, many channels that people don't know of, that I have come across in my journey. And I just go visit and I see their channel. Some of them don't have videos in like 6 years, some of them don't have videos since like 10 years. But at one point, if I watch them, I remember them. And some of them, I go back. Somebody who probably didn't have 10,000 subscribers today has grown to like 2 million, 3 million subscribers. Some of them has grown to like 10, like Sadhguru, right? Sadhguru is one person I followed before the pandemic, right? So seeing Sadhguru grow was like, oh my God, this is great. Because that is something I wanted to the world to have, is like, he had a good message, he had a good program, very simple. And he had he's a good father figure for many people, even of a different faith. I respect him as a father figure because he has a good message. He's elderly. He comes from the east. He traveled to the west. When he came to Chicago, I made a point to buy a ticket, go sit in the auditorium and listen to him. Because why? Because he traveled far. He traveled far to come speak to us. This was before he blew up on the internet, right? I didn't meet him in person. I just watched from far. Many of us as viewers, and most of us today are who watched him, has gone very far in their journey. So I'm very grateful. And then just like that, other channels that I followed, Sandeep Maheshwari, he's blown up proportionally. He's become like grown a different version. These are like, most of them, I watched back in the day, were people that were breaking the YouTube into think and learn differently, and that just like I predicted, their channels went up, and in a good way, and with that, they've been doing good work for people around the world. So I started late my journey, but I'm very grateful. Like when I see Faraz, when I see people that in the past come see me, that to me tells me, oh, even today, if I'm have a bad day, I'm gonna wear this shirt, I'm gonna put my headphones on, and I will talk to them in remembrance of my journey, right? So my whole, I will let you know, my whole journey on YouTube is not for views, not for subscribers, but for the simple idea of having you all interact with me. Because to me, interaction is growth. To me, interaction means I'm giving something, you're asking something. To me, that keeps me going. That to me is energy. That to me, it's like equal to a cup of tea. When I drink a cup of tea in the morning, I get some energy. But when you all come and you all, put a like, and then if you share, if you view it, great. If you view it, I hope. Okay, so there's something I need to talk. When I view something, there's two ways of viewing something. We can view something, we can be like, oh, I want to be critical of it. Great. If you want to be critical, if you want to put constructive criticism, I appreciate it because I'm someone who's a thinker. I appreciate when people have a different perspective. If you're going to do constructive criticism, right, Write your notes, write properly, and then tell me on the comment section why you think this is so and then tell me what are the solutions. Don't just give me the problem, tell me how to fix it. Because I don't want to, once you give me a problem, I don't want to spend another 1 hour thinking how to fix this problem, this, this so and so person said. If you know the problem, you must give me the solution. My thing is, every time I find a problem, I seek the solution. So if you're coming to me with a problem, come to me with the solution. The thing that I will give you is energy. I'm going to propel you to go fix your problem. I'm going to push you. So it might not look loving. I won't give you a kiss and a hug. No, 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 no. Sometimes I won't give you a like. Why? Because at that point, if I give you a like, you will not go. If I tell you to go, it's like a child, right? So I grew up, I'm like I said, I grew up in Asia, I grew up in Malaysia, Sri Lanka, and I grew up here in America, right? Parenting, strict parenting works, all right? Loving parenting works. You can't stick to one style. If you love your child every day, your child will be a beautiful flower, but will be, mellow. If a wind comes, will drop. All right. So you have to prep your child to be a flower as needed, to be a strong tree as needed. You have to prep. So that's how I look at all of it. All right. So if you come to me and then you are like, hey, I have so and so trouble getting up, I have no motivation, and then no one's helping me, and the country is going to hell, the world is going to, I won't hug and kiss you. I won't. Because you see this watch, I went to fly on time. I showed up in my classes on time. There was a civil war going on in our country when that happened. All right. We did what we had to do in order to survive. So I'm not the kind of father who will, come here, darling, affirm you, I'll give you a great big hug. No. Okay. If those are happening, I'll ask you, okay, do you need to speak to a therapist? What do you need to take care of that part of yourself? Okay. Do you need to speak to a therapist? Do you need to eat better? What do you need? I'll ask you directly. And then you should have the answer, because there is an answer of what you need that you're not telling me. That's why you're telling me all these things. That's why you're telling me all these things, that this is not working, that is not. Okay, then I'll ask you, what is working? What is working in your life? What is working in your life? Keep working on that. If the only thing that's working in your life, at one point I look at my life, because I have days of depression, right? I work in my life and I look at Lucky's dead, friends are gone, channel going to hell, subscribers dropping, crypto gone somewhere on woof. Okay. And then the only thing I saw, this bugger, who? Summer. Running, playing. Like, oh, something that I did worked. Summer is alive. Summer has grown. She's happy, she's playing. Something that I did worked. So when something all else looks like it failed, find something that worked and focus on it. All right, find something that worked. If your mind keeps telling you no, you can't, nah, bear, something like that, because that's the verbs that we grew up in Sri Lanka. I want you to change your channel name. That's why do you think my channel is so long? Adam S underscore Lucky, and then Adam and some. Because on days when I see nothing on my channel, when I see no notification, I see at least my username. It says Adam S Lucky, which means Lucky. I took care of her life to the best that I can. Alhamdulillah, right? And to the next step, okay, she's now gone, she's passed away. That legacy I pass to Sama. And growing her is a different dog. Watching her grow is not the same as Lucky. I can't raise Lucky as like I can't raise Summer like I raise Lucky. Because every creature is special. Every genetic branch, their DNA is different. So treating Summer like to grow like Lucky would be ridiculous. Expecting you to be like my friend would be ridiculous because different DNA, different fabric, right? So that's why I'm saying on a day that you have nothing working for you, look at what worked for you and work on that. Work on that. Whether people say you'll fail, whatever, work. Why do you think I dress up and I come live? Someone watches, no, I speak. Someone is here, no, I speak. Because that's what I'm here to do. I learned at one age. Everything you learn will be processed. That's why we go sit under a tree, meditate. Why do you think people in the past, like gurus, like Buddha Hamaduru, even Nabi Muhammad, I don't know the story of Jesus. I'm sure he reflected at some point as well. All right. So, why do you think most gurus at some point in their life left everything, went to the forest? Because back in the day, they didn't have their own space, their own room. No, now we have own room. We are so lucky. You don't have to go to the jungle. You don't have to go out. But if you can, go to at least the nearest park. All right. Go to at least the nearest park. If you want to go to a cave, most of them, I think, I don't know if don't go too far. Most of the enlightenment that you need, for me, it came from my surroundings. All right. But if you need to go on some retreat, go. Anyway, all I want to tell you, why do you think all these gurus went and sat in silence? Because through that, everything they learned, the suffering, mostly the suffering, okay, the happiness, the sadness, the loss, the gain, the fame, the success, they sit quietly, everything processes. All right. That's what we're trying to do with therapy. We're with therapy and stuff. Now they are expediting everything because now we are so blessed. Back in the day, these gurus had no one to talk to about their problems because back in the day times were so challenging. They had to sit and be quiet and repress most of it, I'm guessing. And then still they came out good. But today we are so lucky. We are given this tool to express. How are you expressing it? How are you expressing the pain that you receive? How are you expressing the good that you receive? How are you expressing the tortures or whatever the earth gave you? Right? If you need a trusted friend, I would say find someone, talk to them. But once you're done, clear that, come with what you can do. There's something that you can do for earth. Write it down. All right? Write it down, believe it. Hammer it on your mind that I can do this. This is what I was meant to do. This is what people love me for. This is why I am here. And whether you fail, you get rejection, approval, pending, denial, whatever it is, work on that. Work, work. Okay? Work. We are here to work. We are the only creatures that can work and provide a result. We came so far. Now we have made a very thin laptop. We've come so far. Don't sit and waste these resources. Whatever you have, use it because your mind, I don't care how old you are, you can learn. Some of the most complex things I learned in my life was later in life. When I was young, I was mostly playing. I was mostly exploring. Most of the complex things I learned later in life. All right, I'm wrapping up. Um, 1 hour. I hope you learned something useful. Next time you want to be a guest, and I want to listen from you, some of you. What are your struggles? How long it took for you to get here? Or if you're someone who just wants to build their YouTube, if you want me to be of support to you, reach out to me. I will write you a comment. I'll write you a good wish. And if you want me to monitor and watch out for your channel and help you grow, if you need some help, I'm here. All right. I care about you all of you. I hope you'll pray, whatever religion, faith you are. At least take one day of the week, go pray, centralize you. And if you have nothing else to do, when I was in school, we were taught religion, right? Religion was a subject. We had to do it. All right. So I organically, when I'm having a bad day, I just go to the prayer mat. So what is your ritual? Have one, because Very important. Bad and good is there. It's inevitable. But when the bad comes, you must know how to contain them. All right. It's just like we cook good, right? When I cook, if you guys watch my, I cook, then I have the compost, the discard, right? Like even whatever I cook, I have the trash. The bad will come when I make a good food. The trash will come. The trash, that's when I have to know. A trash is goes in the trash bag, tight it, put it in the dumpster. That's how our thoughts are. Good will come. When good comes, use it. It won't come every day. I promise you. When your energy flows, when your creative mind flows, put it to flow. When bad comes, oh, you're like, this is not great. Some weird thoughts are coming. Some harmful thoughts are coming. Take it, put it in the trash, tight it, throw it in the trash. All right. Good luck, everyone. 1 hour. Bye. Say goodbye. Summer is also enjoying it.